Hi everyone, Scrappy Kathy here with Scrap Squad Sunday, and this is the lift. It's got these chevrons underneath the block of photo and mats with just a few embellishments. There's a little bit of mixed media on the back, very subtle, and I'm gonna try to do that. Nice big title and some arrows and so forth to kind of stick with the theme. And I think I've even maybe come close to replicating that. Let's see, I've got a thing I have to punch out. I didn't finish my weeding on this. But I'm going to combine it with Saturday's load prompt, which was about, it was about what you have in your wardrobe, which the storyline here, it doesn't have so much to do with that. But I'm also doing this month's challenge at BrambleFox, and it's to use pink and red. And at the load prompt, in addition to being about wardrobe, is about, it's based on when Joey got angry with Chandler and started trying on all of his clothes, and he just kind of just put them all on at the same time, and so they were mismatched. So our challenge was to use mismatched colors. And I kind of thought, well, you know, I don't believe there is such a thing as mismatched colors. To me, all colors kind of go. Then I started looking at my pinks and reds, and just in this tray alone, you can see the 3 different kinds of pinks, or at least 3, maybe 4 or 5 different kinds of pinks I have in Flair. These are the bleeding tissue paper circles. There's a pink that's shadowing the red in this, very different from the pink and red, but I'm going to use it all together because Load told me to, and you know me, I'm up to any kind of challenge. And I pulled these mats for the photo block. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do that. Let's do the mixed media first. I wanted to tell you, when I first looked at these chevrons, I thought, how on earth am I going to do those? And I will have to tell you that I got I have a die set that's nested squares. And I used the largest one and then a couple sizes down from there, just inside it, and I taped it with washi tape. And then it made a square frame like that, and I just cut it at the corners. So I did white, and then I did kind of a cream color with hearts on it. And the hearts are going to be upside down on one of them, and I don't care. Same with the hearts that are in a lighter red on this red. So I'm going to hold off gluing those down until I get the mixed media part done. And that is going to be just extremely simple if I can find my spray bottle of water. This is not Vicki Boutin's Foundations paper, and I may end up being sorry I didn't use that. I'm going to put these, I just spritzed a little bit of water on there. I'm going to kind of put these, that's actually out and out lavender, so I'm not going to use that. I'll do one here, and kind of here, and here. And I'm just going to go back and spritz them down and let the colors kind of spread. I'm expecting that you'll probably hardly see these. That's been my experience with them. But that's kind of a little bit what we're going for, is for it to be really subtle, although I don't think I meant for it to be that subtle. So I'm gonna maybe squish these around a little more to get it mixed up and spread kind of across the page. And I'm thinking that the photo cluster will go in there. Let me kind of do that. From here, it's kind of like you're doing the packaging technique. Okay, so that's done. I'm going to dry it off now, and I think we can say that that is close enough to what was in the original. So let me make sure that that is dry, because nothing will stick to it, and I really don't want it to buckle too much. I know it'll straighten out eventually, but okay. So there's where that goes, and you can see that pink doesn't quote unquote go with or match the pink that is going to be right up against it right there. Let me get these matted before I get foam on them before I forget. I'm gonna kind of put those at slightly wonky like that, and then I'm kind of putting the foam in the middle because I may want to tuck some things in. I'm gonna do this at a slightly different angle. And then it'll go on like that. But let me check the sizes of these. I do want it to overlap, but I don't know how much. Let me get these on and then we'll figure that out. I'm going to start with this one because the red and the kind of creamy colored ones are going on flat onto the page. And this will slightly overlap. Well, actually, let me make it right exactly along there. Then I know I've got the angle right. Okay, and then the white is going to kind of overlap like that, but it's on foam. And I'm going to do the same thing here, kind of line it up with the stitched line that's just on the inside. So that's my first batch there. And let me do, these are going to be, this one's going to be a little bit separate from that, which enhances the look of depth of the white one. Otherwise, the white one might get lost. And you can kind of see in the original, they're definitely skewed more to the right, as is the photo cluster. So that's why I started over on this side to make sure I had the right angle. Now this looks like it's maybe up a bit from where it should be. Let me get this absolutely right. I want the tips of these to kind of line up at the bottom. And I'm afraid it would show if I didn't do that. I can't say that my method for creating these was all that scientific, but it should generally come out maybe better than this. This one's down here and they're kind of clearly tilting up. I don't like that, but you know what? I'm gonna go with it. And not worry about it. Who's to say I didn't mean for the arrow to go at an angle like that. Okay, so now this is lifted up from there. I want to put this right here. For one thing, it hides my double chin. And we all know that's our objective in scrapbooking, is to hide our double chins. And as for what's in my wardrobe, that part of the load prompt is going to be addressed by the fact that none of these, the clothes I'm wearing here, are in my wardrobe anymore, because I probably weigh, well, let's say quite a bit less than I did in that photo. So I do have this red Hawaiian shirt in my wardrobe, John's Hawaiian shirt, and I wear it occasionally where there's a call for a Hawaiian shirt wearing woman. That's the Hawaiian shirt I usually pick. I'm going to put some more mismatched pinks here, and I'm going to maybe slide a flare under there, and it's going to be a match for the flowers, but not the not anything else. And you know, I don't hate how it's turning out with the strange mixture of pinks and reds we have going already. The flare kind of helps prop that up, and that's kind of where I'm headed. I think, well, let me put the title first. The title is going to say "Adore You," and our postal service messed up this acrylic piece from BrambleFox. I have been subscribing for several years, and I've never had anything arrive broken. But in this case, the box actually looked forced. It was forced into our mailbox, and that may have been the point at which it broke. But the box was in bad shape, which it never has been before. So, but not a problem, because these fit together really well. The forever is going to be right here. So let me put that on first, and then I can place this a little bit off to the offset from it. These are stickers from a big sticker sheet by Simple Stories called Sweet Talk. And I got it in a, maybe last year's February Mind the Scrap kit. Okay, I'll do that. And then I'm gonna lay the big piece down and I'm gonna put some glue near the pieces that kind of broke off, like this U. So I'm going to put that right there. And this is why I didn't want the paper warped, because it's hard for those to make contact. And in order for the broken pieces to mend, they kind of have to be able to lie flat and kind of merge together. But I'll figure that out. Let's see what we have. This goes on that way. I'm going to get up a little bit closer to this. I'm going to turn it around. Don't knock the glue over. And I'm losing the little curly Q because of the where I have this, and it's not going all the way under my photo mat. So this is always a lot easier to do if you haven't wet your paper. So word to the wise. Okay, and that will, with a little bit of pressure, that will fix itself. Now I need to do the curly Q on the R, and we're ready to do the final embellishing. And I'm going to see how many more mismatched reds, and okay, so that goes like that. I just need to get the glue on the right side. And I may try putting that with my finger instead of the tweezers. Although I kind of have to nudge it in there with the tweezers. There, that's perfect. Okay, so now I'm going to use these flowers, and instead of putting them off to the side like this, I'm going to actually put them up here at the top. And maybe the red one kind of down the side here. And again, how many mismatched reds do you see in this photo? On this page. Okay, and I've got the chocolate covered strawberries that I'm going to use maybe right there, and I may do a word strip. There's a word strip right here, the always and forever. Okay, and that kind of works. And I've got this heart that I'm actually going to do right here. And yet a totally different red. I have speaking of reds, I have a red arrow, and I have a pink arrow flare. And you know me, I'm going to use both of them. Because it's almost getting fun figuring out what matches and what doesn't, and whether to go along with the idea of mismatched colors or not. I actually, like I said, I was going to protest by doing a black and white layout and say I couldn't find any colors that didn't match, so I just decided to do black and white. And then I thought, well, you know, I agree that there are some colors here that don't match. If you're trying to go for a group of pinks or even reds, these are not ones you would choose for their matchability, if that's a word. Okay, I've got a little a few flowers here that I thought I would add. I might do this little group of flowers there, but I want some foam. And the title pink, I don't think is contained anywhere else other than maybe on that mat and then this perspective here. So I'm going to put that there, and then I'm going to hang this off the side. Let's see if I can do that right. Don't like that. Maybe I'll just tuck it in under here. Okay, that's a little cluster there. Is there another spot I could use a flare? I've got these two hot pink, and I wanted to bring in this kind of the pink that matches the background there. So I've got a really faint colored one right there, which really doesn't show. So I'm going to use this stripe, and this is more the salmon or coral pink. But I think I'm going to put it there, and then I'm going to see if I can find a, well, I like the I Adore You, but I'm using that as my title. So there's a thing that says My Whole World, which is kind of cute. Here it is, So in Love. I like that, and I can kind of have it tucked in. There, and kind of hanging off. I Only Have Eyes for You, and it is absolutely the wrong color. Has to be a mostly red and pink, but this is too perfect not to put somewhere on here, because clearly in that photo I only have eyes for him. And I'm gonna put that on, and I'll apologize later. I don't think I'm eligible for the prize, and that's not why I do those challenges. I do that. I won a prize from them before, so I'm gonna do that. Have it, well, no, I'm gonna just have it across here. It's kind of wood grain, so that's sort of a neutral, right? I was thinking of it as yellow. Okay, I don't think there's anything else on here that I need to include. There are lots of things I could include, but I think this is it. I'm gonna shut her down. I don't think I need any journaling other than I know that this was on celebrating Ava's birthday, Ava and James's birthday, and actually it was Father's Day, and we were at Papacito's and we had to wait. Papacito's is a very popular place, and we'd had to wait for a couple hours to get served, and we had been earlier in the day. Now mind you, in 2009, Barrett was 5, Katie was 7, Allie was 7, and Ava was just about to turn a year old. So James and Nikki and John and I took them to a blown glass exhibit. That's what you want to do with 4 small children, is go to a blown glass exhibit on Father's Day. That's every father's dream, right? But it was only on that day, and Nikki and I wanted to see that glass. So we were sitting at Papacito's, and I think we were actually with Nikki's grandmother, Gigi. And it was just we took about 200 photos while we were waiting for a table. And I think we enjoyed the waiting for the table as much as we enjoyed the meal or the earlier part of the day. So it was just a really nice memory. And I like this page. And no matter how many mismatched pinks and reds there are. So thank you for watching. Bye.